Welcome to Spiritual Practices 101. My name is Kathy Schmucker, and I serve as the Spiritual Formation Director at Faith United. Finding ways to stay spiritually connected is important to our continued spiritual growth and faith formation. And so we are offering this series of spiritual practice videos to provide tools and experiences that help us learn and grow in faith and our relationship with God. In this video, we will explore the prayer of Examen. The prayer of Examen is a daily spiritual exercise credited to Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Saint Ignatius' Examen is an opportunity for peaceful daily reflective prayer on the events of each day. The practice of Examen invites us to notice God in all the people and events of our day, while helping us to pay attention to God's presence in our lives and even help to discern God's direction for us. The prayer of Examen might also be called an introspective prayer. The word introspection means looking within. The Examen encourages us to assess our lives before God on a regular basis. This prayer is about noticing God's presence in our life, noticing and thanking God for God's goodness, recognizing the movement of the Holy Spirit throughout our day, and even acknowledging where we may have fallen short. The Bible invites us to ask God to examine our hearts and minds through scriptures such as Psalm 139, verse 23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. The prayer of Examen is an ideal practice for the end of the day in preparation for nightly rest, but it can also work at whatever time of day will work best for you. The Examen begins by recognizing that we are in the presence of God. Review the day in our mind, and then recall the events of the day with gratitude, giving thanks to God for the gift of the day. Spend some time reflecting on the events of your day, noticing where you felt God's presence, and even the ways where you may have fallen short in your thoughts, words, and actions. Consider how you might be more faithful tomorrow. The practice of self-examination and reflection helps us to be intentional about noticing these areas of our lives. The Examen invites us to pay attention to both low and high points of our day and our life, and helps us to see that both are an invitation to prayer. During this reflective prayer, you may want to ask yourself some questions. Questions such as, what are you most grateful for? For what are you least grateful? What was the most life-giving part of your day? When did you feel exhausted, drained, angry, even mean? When did you notice God? Toward what actions and activities is God drawing you? Where did you fail? Were there things you should have avoided? When did you show love? In what ways are you kind to others? When were you aware of living out the fruit of the Spirit, love, peace, joy, goodness, kindness, or gentleness? Where was there an absence of the fruit of the Spirit, self-control, patience, faithfulness? Examine the habits and patterns of your day. Do your habits help you face your day with love, grace, and faith? Or do they hinder you? You may want to journal your responses so that you can refer back to them. Or you may want to just hold your thoughts in your heart. Whatever will help you to process, reflect, and grow. You may want to try both to see what will work best for you. Begin your prayer of Examen by quieting your body, your mind, and your spirit before the Lord. Light a candle and be still. Breathe in the presence of God. If you connect to God in nature, you may want to sit outside or take a walk as you engage in the prayer of Examen. Continue breathing in God's presence, taking some slow, deep breaths, and begin reviewing your day, looking for experiences that inspire gratitude. Review your day looking for God's presence. Ask God to help you become a person whose life is constantly aware of God's presence. Pay attention to the times you are most able to give and receive love. Share those moments with God. Pay attention to the times that were challenging or the times when you may not have acted in love. Be with your feelings and offer them to God. Be gentle with yourself and allow God to embrace you with forgiving love and help you to consider what you might learn about yourself through this experience. End your prayer by thanking God for God's grace and love. Ask God to lead you in a hope-filled tomorrow. I hope the practices that we are sharing in our Spiritual Practices 101 videos will help you to experience God in fresh, meaningful ways that will inspire growth and deepen your relationship with God. If there is another spiritual practice that you would like to learn more about, let me know and we can include that in an upcoming video. And if you have a favorite spiritual practice that helps you connect with God, I would love to hear from you and invite you to make a video to help share with others. May you be blessed as you journey in faith.